Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you a tutorial on the A2 card front shadow frame metal die set I received from Scrap Diva Designs. You can find this die set at scrapdivadesigns.com and get a 10% discount using Prismatic 10. All the details are listed in the description box below. Let's get started. This tutorial is for this A2 card front shadow frame metal die set. It's pretty straightforward. It won't take too long. And I have a sample here that I've made. It's really neat. And the card opens like that. And I decided to make it a cupcake box. It's pretty 3D, and these cupcakes are from my stash. So what we'll be making today is this A2 shadow frame card die set. Okay, so I've already prepared some stuff that I'm gonna put inside for the tutorial, and this is also from my die set. It's from my stash. So what we'll need is what we're gonna do first is make the card, which is I already pre-made a card here. So it's pretty straightforward. If you have a 8.5 inch by 11 inch sheet, so this is 110 pound cardstock, and what you would do is I have the measurements here. So to make an A2 card from this sheet of paper, I would mark the sheet of paper 4.25 inches by 5.5 inches or 10.8 centimeters by 13.9 centimeters, which is basically, these measurements are basically half the size of the sheet. So 10.8 centimeters, I made a little mark here with my pencil, 10.8, and also at the bottom 10.8, and these are the fold lines. And then for the 13.9 centimeters, which is 5.5 inches, it's close to like 14 centimeters. So this way I've made a mark with my pencil, and also on the other side, the length side, which is another 13.9, and I would use your X-Acto knife, or you have one of those cutters, like yeah, one of those cutters to cut your paper out. So that's what I did. So for this side and this side, which is like the 13.9 centimeters, which is 5.5 inches. Yeah, so once I finish cutting it, it will be half the sheet of 8.5 by 11 inches, which would look like this. And the marking for the 4.25 inches, which you see here, is the fold line, or 10.8 centimeters. So I have the ScorePal scoring board, and if you put it here, you can see there's a star here, which means it's like half of the 8.5 by 11. Basically it's like a regular letter size sheet paper, and I would score it in the middle like this. So that would be the 4.25 inches, or 10.8. 10.8 is where you score all the way to the bottom. And once you're done scoring it, you would fold it in half. And there you have it, your base card, where you're going to put your frame on top of this card. Let me put this away. Okay, so next we're gonna cut out using this metal die. Choose a pattern that you like. I actually, it could be any color. For the cupcake one, I chose this pearlescent kind of, there's some kind of pattern, but you can't really see it, but I thought it looked really nice, this pearlescent paper. But for this Christmas cookies one, I decided I'm gonna use this pattern paper, and I cut it out with this die set, and it comes out like this. And what I did was I used my score pal board, and I've kind of scored it again to make it easier to fold. But it already has lines for you to fold, but I just thought like I'll score it again just to make it super easy. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna fold these. So I'm gonna move this away. I'm gonna fold it, and can use your burnishing tool and burnish the lines like this. And there's a small tab here. So we'll do it for all the sides. I chose for the paper pattern, I try to choose a pattern that has smaller images in it, so you could see it. Because if the images are blown up, you won't be able to see it. So, and sort of like a repeating pattern would be nice, or a solid pattern is also nice for this frame. We're almost there. We have one more side to go. So this is done, and for the acetate, it's to cover this window frame to make it look like a cookie box. These are like Christmas cookies that I've decorated. So for this acetate, I would measure. I have the measurements here, 9.2 centimeters by 12.4 centimeters. And the background, which is this white piece of cardboard, is almost exactly the same as this acetate that I've cut out, and we will glue this on the back of the frame like this. And I made it so that it's not gonna go over the creases. It's slightly smaller. And so for this background paper, I also try to make it smaller than the acetate just by a little bit, so that I'm sure that all these cookies will fit inside this box. So for this cupcake one that I made, I actually glued the background onto the base of this card first, but for these cookies I did it a different way. I actually glued all the cookies onto this base. So it's up to you which way you want to do it. It's yeah, this way the cupcakes I glued on after I glued the background on it, so it's up to you. We'll see how this method goes. Yeah, so let's glue the acetate onto the back now. Oops, the tip came off. Okay, let's see if the glue comes out. So we're gonna put some glue on the edges. Careful not to go over the crease lines. And put some right next to the edge of the frame like this. And we're gonna put the acetate on. Gonna press on it from the top to the sides. Oops, got some glue. And to the sides and all the way up to the bottom. Kind of got some glue there. Okay, so that's done. And so we're gonna ensure whatever you're gonna put inside your frame is all fitting into this background piece, this white background piece. So that's what I did with the cookies. So these cookies are kind of overlapping because it's a little bit too big for it to be spaced out. And I think this is kind of cool because, you know, when you get cookies in a box, they're always layered and overlapping each other anyways. So yeah, and I made these into shakers. So you can see we're almost done. We're almost done. What's next is and I'm gonna put something on top too, this small elf bowl that I also have a tutorial, and it's also coming from Scrap Diva Designs. And yeah, it's really neat. And this elf is from my stash, and this is from a paper collection from Echo Park. I'll list the paper collection, and also this pattern paper is also from Echo Park. I think it's called Holiday Chair. I'm not quite sure. I'll list it in the description box below. And I decided to put the elf here, like at the corner. I just think it's so cute. And okay, so what's up next is let's put this cookies in the back, facing downwards like that. And we're gonna try to glue these tabs together. these little small flaps on like this and press on it. And also this side. Or you can use double-sided sticky tape. It'll be quicker. You don't have to wait for it to adhere. And you can also make this frame with some shaker pieces inside. That would be another idea. So I guess like this is not stuck to the base of the card, so these cookies will move, which is kind of fine. Like I don't mind it moving inside, but if you want it to be stable, then yeah, you can glue the whole base onto this card first and then put the frame on top of it. That's what I did with the cupcake. I just glued the base on, I placed the cupcake, and then I glued the frame on top. But this time I've decided to put everything inside and not glue the base. We're almost done. Yeah, I think double-sided tape would be faster and easier. Okay, so it looks like it's all like stuck, and then we can just glue this on top of the card like this. And for this cupcake one with this ribbon, I glued the ribbon with double-sided tape. I placed it at the bottom of the ribbon and I glued it onto here, and I cut off the ends before I placed this whole frame on top of the card. So that's what I did first before I placed it on top of the card. But that's how I did the ribbon. So let's glue this in place. Make sure it's facing the correct way, so it opens this way. So yeah, so let's glue this on. Or again, you can use double-sided tape. You could also tape this back piece, but I'm just going to leave it like that and make it look like it's shaking a bit inside. And I can see that, yeah, that's fine. Make sure it's in the middle. And press on it on the side. There, we're done. Isn't this neat? A2 card front shadow frame, and we're gonna add this elf bow onto the corner, and you can decorate the frame too. and put like some sentiments or whatever. So what I did, I have this have a yummy Christmas, and I placed it underneath the bow, and let's put that elf on there, and we're gonna be done. So I have double-sided tape. Just gonna tape the back of this elf and put it into the corner like that. There we have it. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and thank you for watching, and see you next time. Toodaloo!